Hey guys, how are you? It's Plant Me Paul. Happy Tuesday, and for today's Plant Tip Tuesday, I want to talk about fertilizers and what type of fertilizers are good and the amount of each ingredient in your fertilizers. So for fertilizers, there are three main macronutrients that all fertilizers come in, and that is nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So as some of you know, I do teach chemistry, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the chemistry, so I hope that's not too stressful for you guys today, but bear with me, I'm going to try and make it as easy as possible. So the first macronutrient, as I said, is nitrogen, and it's probably one of the most important nutrients for your plants, okay? It's involved in the proteins that help build up the plant. In addition, it protects the plant growth, and also, since nitrogen is a component of the chlorophyll molecule, and chlorophyll is that green pigment that gives plants its color, it helps keep plants nice and green, okay? The second macronutrient is phosphorus. So phosphorus is involved in the transfer of energy from one part of the plant to another part. In addition, it also helps root growth development and flowering of the plant. So if you have plants that involve flowers, you probably want a decent percentage of phosphorus in your fertilizer. Okay? The next element, or macronutrient, is potassium. So if some of you remember your chemistry from high school, you might know that potassium is a group 1 element, and any group 1 element, if you react them with water, it's actually explosive. So it's not actually potassium in here. On the ingredients list, it's usually listed as potash, or potassium oxide, okay? So for potassium, it helps regulate plant nutrition. In addition, it's also good for root development growth. It can help plants resist disease, and also it helps them protect them against very dry weather or really cold weather. So overall, potassium is good for the overall health of the plant. Nitrogen is really good for the top part of the plant, for the leaves, to keep them nice and green. And phosphorus is really good for what's happening under the soil, right? For root development and also if you have flowering plants. So what is a good fertilizer on the market? So there's tons of fertilizers on the market. One that I use is Schultz, and you will notice on all fertilizers that there is 3 numbers, and this is known as the NPK ratio. So for this one, it's 10% nitrogen, 15% phosphorus, and 10% potassium. And so this is a good overall plant fertilizer to use. You just mix about 7 drops per quart of water, and then just water your plants as usual. Another one that I use is called Joyful Dirt. This is an 8:1:5 ratio. So this one's really good if you have mostly green type plants like Sansevieras. You might want to use this, but if you have flowering plants like a peace lily or an African violet, you might want something with a higher phosphorus ratio. Okay? And so for this, since this is a powder, I just sprinkle some in water, let it dissolve, and then I water my plants as usual. Okay? So I hope this video was helpful. Please let me know what type of fertilizers that you guys like to use, and I hope to see you guys next week. So be sure, if you like this, subscribe, like, and follow me on Instagram, Plant Me Paul.